Sorry
So,
about
yeah,
that.
I've had to do the mechanic thing a little bit before coming to work. Not the best
Nobody
way
wants that to start the day with.
No, no,
It's
no,
not
no.
enjoyable at all.
But such is life, huh? You
Look,
do. You play the cards you are dealt. But it's good to see you. How
yeah,
have you been?
I'm good. Looking forward to hearing about your trip to the water region,
my
right?
goodness!
Yeah.
We went to the highest inhabited point in Ghana,
Oh.
Amejope.
Oh, wow.
Now, this is such a well-kept secret, this place. But people don't really realize just how much there is there. And the stories they have. Look, this is a tribe of people who, according to their own folklore, overthrew giants. They are at the center of the only defeat of the Asante army.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a rare frog called the slippery frog. You can only find it there in the whole country. That's the only place you find the slippery frog. And guess what? The frog doesn't have frog DNA.
Hey.
It looks like a frog, but not a single drop of frog DNA in it.
Is this like a story?
Yeah, it sounds like a story, right? This is reality.
Wow.
You will not believe the episodes we brought back with us.
Wow.
You
I
will
kind of
love
envy you.
them.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
you're having fun all
around.
around the country, going everywhere,
Yeah.
hearing stories, real stories. It's fantastic.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. And I mean, I look like this because I spent the whole weekend climbing up and down mountains. I don't recommend
Some
it.
good exercise.
A little more exercise than I needed. But today, serious matters. We want to talk a bit about chieftaincy, but also we'll spend a bit of time looking at all the storm that has come up following Kamala Harris's conversation with the president about the whole LGBTQ thing. What she said, what he said, what the Speaker of Parliament then said. It's all getting very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll get into all that. But, while all this is happening, there is still a bill making its way through Parliament. And we need to find out exactly what state that bill is in right now and what it intends to do, whether it will be helpful for you and me,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'll get to it. But right now, we're grateful to Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. And Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. They brought us the 6 a.m. news. We're gearing up now for the Joy Business Report, brought to us by Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, fuel prices to fall between 2 and 9% for the third consecutive time from the 1st of April. We have details also coming up. Bank of Ghana vows to press ahead with zero financing of government's budget for this year. And Development Bank Ghana to introduce the partial credit guarantee product this year for commercial banks. Details coming up. And thanks for being with us. My name is Daryl. Kwawu. Fuel prices will fall between 2 and 9% for the third consecutive time from the 1st of April, with liquefied petroleum gas (LPG) expected to witness its biggest decline in recent times. The Institute for Energy Security is attributing the drop to the stability of the cedi and then the easing of prices of finished products on the world market. Here's Anam Wesi, the 7th Executive Director of the Institute.
Fuel consumers must expect another round of fuel price drops in the coming days. The imminent price drops is a reflection of happenings on the world fuel market over the past 2 weeks, which shows declines in prices of gasoline, gas oil, liquefied petroleum gas, and some other finished products. Over the period under assessment, the Ghana cedi also posted some stability against the dollar, another positive indication for motorists. So, on account of declines in world fuel prices over the last 14 days, and to some extent the city's stability against the greenback, Ghanaians can expect some relief from the high fuel prices recorded in the past 6 months. Households that rely on LPG will be the most beneficiaries, as the commodity may post a hefty drop in price in the coming days.
You heard Executive Director of the Institute for Energy Security, Nana Mwesi the 7th. The Bank of Ghana has indicated that it will go ahead to strictly enforce the zero financing of government's budget for this year. That's if it secures the necessary approval of an MOU from the Finance Ministry and Parliament in the coming weeks. There are concerns that approving the law in its current form would come with immediate shocks to the economy. But Director of Research at the Bank of Ghana, Philip Abredu Otu, disagrees.
Just left with a pending of signatures. The statement rightly did indicate that we've worked with the Ministry of Finance to set that document in place. The two parties will just need to sign. So we need to move on the MOU. And then we need to move on the revenue measures which he spoke about.
Some will say that it could come with some real shocks for the economy in terms of a zero financing. In the past program, they looked at up to 5%. Has the Bank of Ghana thought through, whilst that may look good for the inflation numbers?
Well, so if you look at the budget is setting a lot of revenue measures. And that is why, again, the governor did indicate in his statement that we need to get the revenue measures passed to take away that burden away from the central bank.
You had Philip Abredu Otu, his Director of Research at the Bank of Ghana. Meanwhile, the central bank has reduced significantly the amount of dollars it is advancing to bulk oil distributors to finance fuel imports for second quarter. But what has influenced this action, and is there any cause for worry? There's more in the following Business Desk report.
New data from the Bank of Ghana shows that for the second quarter of this year, the central bank is advancing $120 million to the bulk oil distributors. This is to help them with the required dollars to finance the importation of finished petroleum products. The data showed that this actually represents about $230 million reduction from what is sold from the distributors from April to June last year. According to the Bank of Ghana, the move can be linked to the benefits of the Gold for Oil program, which has reduced drastically the amount of dollars that these bulk distributors will need to finance fuel import. Officials of the bank have told Joy Business that it is one of these reasons that has helped to improve its international reserves despite the current challenges facing the economy. This has gone a long way to help in stabilizing the Ghana cedi. The country's dollar reserves ending February this year stood at almost $6 billion, representing 2.8 months of import cover.
That was a Business Desk report. The Development Bank of Ghana has disclosed that measures are underway to roll out a partial credit guarantee product for commercial banks. According to Deputy Chief Executive Michael Mensah, the partial credit guarantee product is to encourage private financial institutions to invest in local ventures that would help build the economy. Speaking at the DBG University of Ghana Business School Development Finance Series, Mr. Mensah said although DBG is fully equipped to invest in local businesses, he believes commercial banks have a significant role to play.
So one of the things that we intend to do is that although DBG has access to low funding or low-cost funding, we don't intend to use only our funding to intervene in the market. We want to encourage also the PFIs or the banks to also use their own funding to invest. And one way of doing that is to share the risk of the investment with them. So the partial credit guarantee product allows the banks to invest in certain risky areas such as agribusiness and allow them to share the risk with us. And by so doing, the banks themselves would use their own funding, and together, using our funding and using the bank's funding, we'll be able to make a much more significant impact.
That was Deputy CEO of Development Bank Ghana, Michael Mensah. Now, Ghanaian businesses say the African Continental Free Trade Agreement feels irrelevant despite the country hosting the Secretariat. This is due to the high cost of borrowing and the rising cost of production, which is limiting many companies and businesses to expand and produce into other markets. Now, reacting to the increase in the policy rate by the Bank of Ghana, President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph Obeng, said the situation is pushing many businesses out.
So why can't government sympathize with these businesses that are dying? Now we are very irrelevant in the scheme of affairs of the continental free trade area because our cost of doing business is far higher than our other member nations. We are just irrelevant because if the cost of doing business is so high, you are in competition. You are borrowing over 40%. How can you produce and then break even and even be competitive with your counterpart elsewhere in the globe?
Dr. Joseph Obeng is president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association. You're listening to the Joy Business Report. Now, the African Center for Energy Policy, ASAP, has signed a memorandum of understanding with the University of Energy and Natural Resources to enhance collaboration in churning out detailed and vast research data to address the challenges of climate change, energy security, and sustainable development. Now, speaking at a signing ceremony, Executive Director Benjamin Boache said this collaboration will promote sustainable energy and natural resource management across Africa.
What is distinct about our collaboration with you now is to really look at what the future holds for our continent as Africans, and also try not just to be researching the problems, but be part of engineering solution for the problems that confront us as a continent. And that is key to ensuring that Africa doesn't remain the market, but we are also part of developing an engineering solution for the world that we all live in. We keep saying that we are in a global village, but within that global village, we have to contribute to the advancement of that global village and not just be a market of that segment.
On its part, Vice Chancellor of the University of Energy and Natural Resources, Professor Elvis Asaribidiako, said the partnership will afford the university achieve greater impact through the share of knowledge and expertise. It's been 2 weeks of insights into the operations of Tekura, the Ghanaian firm carving a niche for itself in the business of furniture design. In this concluding part, we discuss the future of the family business with Managing Director Audrey Forson, and we get to hear about the djembe stool, which has made the Tekura brand popular around the world. Take a listen to this week's episode of the Joy Business Van. One of Tekura's most patronized products is the djembe stool, a beautifully designed modern side table inspired by the shape of a djembe West African drum. It was featured in Marvel's Black Panther movie Wakanda Forever, bringing attention to the Ghanaian business.
I think when the movie came out about a week or two, then I get to hear of the buzz, I get to see what's going on. There were a number of African designers featured on the film, and I'm proud to say Ghana was part of that. So Tekura represented Ghana in the form of tables that were used in certain scenes in the movie. So I mean, if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it and then see the good work that we're doing.
Alright, so we conclude our journey this afternoon. A full episode 1 p.m. right after the Joy Business Report, 5 p.m. on Business Live on the Joy News channel. Let's check the markets as we wrap up this morning. On the currency market, the dollar selling at 12 cedis at 25 pesos. That's on the forex or retail market. The pound going for 14 cedis 88 pesos, and the euro going for 12 cedis 80 pesos. On the commodity market, crude oil went up marginally to open trading at $78 a barrel. Gold is selling at $1,966 an ounce after losing more than $7. Cocoa trading this morning at $2,901 a ton after a marginal drop from yesterday's trading. There is more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwawu. Thanks for listening. The Super Morning Show continues with Kojo Yankson. Do stay tuned. Yeah.